The following podcast may contain adult language and an abundance of chat. So get ready, nerds, because we're talking C, Season 3, Episode 2, Watch Out for Wolves. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of the Salty Nerd Podcast, where we cover our favorite TV show, C. Don't forget, if you are new here, you can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple iTunes if you're onto the audio end of things. And Spotify now has a new video feature, so you guys can catch our ugly faces there if you want. I'm joined as always by my fantastic panel of nerds. Matt Vader's here. What's up, dude? Are you going to name your dog No? I'm 100% going to name my dog no next time. No.
Bad, no.
No, get over here.
No.
Jude is also here.
That's what we do to Jude all the time.
Yeah. Need more drinks. Matthew Kadish is also here. Welcome, sir.
All right. Guess I'm ready to talk about this episode. This definitely was kind of like a step back from the premiere, I think.
I've got some salt.
I was like back the first season.
I was like
what's happening right now?
They forgot to do what?
Just kind of forgot.
Yeah, just forgot. What the fuck?
Dude, the Pensa guards are the most worthless people on the planet.
So terrible at their job.
Honestly, I think they work for Sybeth and always have.
I think so.
We'll get there. Spoiler alert for episode 2 of season 3. Oh my God. All right. Yeah, this is going to be a blast. So thank you guys all for joining us. Heavy spoilers for this episode. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on Apple iTunes or Apple TV and check it out. And then immediately go watch all of our reviews. We've actually had a few people contact us and say, with our Sylvia Hooks interview, they were like, hey, I don't have any context for who this actress is or what part she's playing in the show. So I went back and watched the show and came back.
They're hooked.
Oh, great.
So great. Awesome. Thanks for being here.
Who wouldn't get hooked on the show after watching the first episode?
Especially after watching us talk about it.
Go watch the first episode.
A lot of those people are like, I'm religious now. I pray every day.
I pray every day. Yeah. Yep. We brought
absolutely.
the God Flame to several more people this week.
Wonderful.
So,
the God Flame is very important.
So yeah, if you found religion because of our podcast, you're welcome. It's a great place to be. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, and then we are going to talk about episode 2.
Well, that was easy.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, if you guys want to support what we do here, you can go to saltynerd.com/DC. Download a mobile game called Dragon Champions. It's a lot of fun, easy to play mobile game where you get to collect your heroes, upgrade them, and go on the warpath. If you type in Salty in the promo code area, you guys can get access to a cool new character and some extra money and a couple perks to help you along your way. Once you prove yourselves and you've reached level 20, you can then join our Salty Nerd Podcast Guild, which is ran by one of our patrons, JT. It's a lot of fun, easy to play, like I said, and we all play it here on the podcast. Vader's, he's reached level 80. You took a little break after you reached level 80, right?
Yeah,
and then you're getting back into it?
Yep.
All right. And we're doing raids and stuff like that. So reach out to us, especially on our Discord app. We have a special chat just for the game where you guys can ask questions and get some help along your way and help you progress your characters and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a new game to play in your spare time, Dragon Champions is it. All right. Kadish, season 3.
So can I just say before we get into the episode that when we were watching season 2, I was fully prepared for season 1 levels of quality,
Right.
And I was in for it.
Right.
And when season 2 was like good, I got disappointed because I was like, oh man, this isn't as ridiculous as the first season.
Yeah.
I feel like Tropper heard me and he's like, this is for you, Kadish.
Trevor is continually subverting your
Yeah,
expectations.
we're going back to utter ridiculousness just for you.
Yes. 100% agree.
It's the final season.
They're like,
burn it down.
Literally, I think the whole vibe of this season is like, fuck it.
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm in.
I'm here
let's
for
go.
it. I'm along for the ride.
Let's have some fun. Take it away, Kadish.
All right, see season 3, episode 2, called Watch Out for Wolves. After getting blown the fuck up, Poopbeard and Bailu find Boba Voss with a big piece of shrapnel in his arm, which is more than we can say for Bowline because there are literally pieces of her everywhere. Knowing it was Boba Voss's fault that their home got destroyed and her sister killed, Bailu isn't gentle in pulling the shrapnel out of Boba's arm. Poopbeard wonders why the Travantians waited for so long to use these powerful weapons when they could have come in handy at Green Hill Gap. But Boba Voss says that the reason they didn't use them is because they didn't have them yet. But now They do.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Hewlett?
I was just gonna say, they start this show off immediately after the fight.
Immediately after the explosion.
It's probably been a few minutes.
And Hewlett and his entire garrison of soldiers
Just left?
They just took off. They're gone. They're
They were
out of
like,
here.
Mic drop. Chew on that, suckers.
Yeah, like,
Did they think they just blew everybody to pieces and didn't like bother to go check if
did they just
actually killed
forget?
anybody?
They
They
were like,
just kind
well,
of forgot.
like we came here for
No, Hewlett's like, I'm just going to assume everything went to plan and Boba Voss is dead.
Yeah.
that's kind of, yeah, I know that like
No.
legitimately kind of irritated me.
I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Why
Did they fucking leave?
Where's the
Leave an
rest of the fight?
Ayura there to make sure that there's no voices.
Or at least like lob
Or
a couple
go
of grenades, you know.
Or,
something.
you know, walk 20 feet and see who's dead.
You can't see.
Fuck
I
you.
mean,
Alex,
literally 30 seconds earlier, you know.
He's like, I'm here for you, Boba Voss.
Tormata was all like, I hear you, Boba Voss. Where are you at?
Yeah.
I'm here to kill you and your children and
Listen.
stuff. Yeah, okay.
I'm giving this show one episode of grace period
Yeah.
to explain what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, because that was
or else
unforgivable.
what?
Yeah. Or what they're gonna
I don't know.
They're gonna hit you over the head with their satellite dish or something.
Listen, you're along for the ride, just like the rest of us.
I'm a little irritated. Like, why? Why would they drop that?
Science is
Why-
here to
like,
kill you.
That brings into question, like, why did they track Bowline there to find Boba Voss if they were just gonna blow one person up and then bail?
Yeah.
It's so many questions.
It made no sense to
No
me.
sense whatsoever.
I'm just going to leave him in my slow-moving death trap and assume everything went according to plan.
Is it an ill-tempered grenade I just threw?
I'm bothered by it.
Okay, so I think that this is all part of the great Hewlett Momoa fight, and Hewlett just showed up to poke the
fuck with them,
bear,
right?
And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, he's gonna be so pissed. He's
Like-
gonna come for me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they have a line in the next episode where Hewlett's character is like, it was all part of my plan to get him to go to Pensa. Like, okay, all right, fine, cool.
Yeah.
Good. But you have one episode to fix that shit. Otherwise, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah. They're like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Is this your rock off the top of the cliff moment?
This kind of is. I was like, I expect more. I expected more. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe.
No, but I mean, all of us immediately went, because I think I got in the text. I texted you,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
I said, where did Hewlett go?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Immediately.
Immediately.
Where's the fight after the initial bomb went off? It's like, they didn't like send anybody out there with sticks to see if they actually killed anybody. It's very strange.
It's super strange.
Yeah, I'd have expected like Poopbeard to like, you know, do some fighting or something
Yeah.
like that. And then Hewlett's like, oh, there's more people here than I thought. Let's retreat or
Yeah,
something.
something. Literally
Honestly,
anything.
I hope so hard that they spent 2 episodes developing Poop Beard and then we never see him again.
Blue Ranger? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but at the very least, like Bailu, like we could have seen Bailu do some stuff because she was a warrior with the Alka-Seltzer tribe.
Yeah.
But like her, like she didn't even show any emotion that like her sister just died. She just like kind of like ripped Boba's like
She's
shoulder
just,
over.
she's just there to be mad at Boba Voss.
Yeah.
You brought this on us.
She's like, oh, you have a wound?
Get the hell out of here.
You have some shrapnel in your shoulder? Here, let me grab that for you.
I need to
But
go
she
find,
like worked it before.
Oh,
she
yeah.
pulled
No,
it
she
out.
made sure to make it known.
I need to go find another World War II bomber to make a house.
They destroyed my satellite dish.
Go rub some poop on your face.
The Steelers game was about to start. God damn it.
God damn it. All right.
OH.
Continue on.
All right. Back in Pensa, Tamakta June leads Maghra down into the dungeons. And yes, people, it's official. Pensa has actual dungeons they could have had Sybeth in this whole time. Anyway, some of the witchfinders who killed Ro Vano for the crime of being able to see shit are housed in the dungeons. Turns out they're followers of Lucian Gray, but Tamakta June is trying to save their lives because they used to be part of his witchfinder posse. But they're too stupid not to play it cool and thus seal their fates by spitting on Maghra, and they are now condemned for the crime of being idiots. Maghra asks Tamakta June how she can sentence these witchfinders to death if she can't come to kill her own sister, who has murdered hundreds of people, and instead of stating the obvious answer like, maybe you should kill your sister, Tamakta is all like, I don't want this position, and Maghra's like, I didn't want this position either, and Tamakti's like, then we can be miserable together.
I didn't want it.
I don't want it. Yeah, I didn't want it
I
either.
like how Maghra's making the case where it's like, my sister's a mass murderer, but I can't bring myself to kill her.
And like, you know what? Oh, miss, I didn't want this. You put on those bells and you
Yeah.
came out a jingling.
Yeah.
Jingle, jingle.
She got the bells on.
Like
and
Boba Voss even told her, it's like, let's just go back into the mountains. She's like, no, I have a responsibility. It's like, she wanted this.
Maghra, you wanted the power.
Give it to Harlan and peace out.
Yeah, that's I'm
Maybe
gonna
she'll
feel
do that later on.
Harlan is better at this.
Listen, man, I kind of understand her. I wouldn't want to execute my brother.
You're on Team Maghra?
I wouldn't want to execute.
Crusher?
I wouldn't want to. Yeah, Keg Crusher. I would be really sad if he did something stupid and I had to put him to death. That would be awful.
I'd kill him.
Sorry, bro. Sorry,
Listen,
but
Keg Crusher, I got no problem killing you.
he is kind of an asshole. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what?
Right?
If he breaks the podcast rules, then he
Yeah.
has to die.
Yeah.
He's like, I think he well, anyway, it doesn't
I'll
matter.
pray on it first.
But I wouldn't want to put any of you guys to death either.
I get it. I get it.
I mean,
But,
that'd be hard.
but
but,
at the same time,
I am the queen.
it's like
I have to make hard decisions.
I did really like Tamakta June's little he grabs the dude through the grate and he's slams his head in the thing
I like
you're
that.
a freaking idiot. I was trying to save your ass.
Seriously, all
Yeah.
they had to do was be like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
okay.
Queen. My bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Made a mistake.
if he was really trying to save them, he'd have gone down there before Maghra showed up and been like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is what you guys need to do to save your asses. So don't fuck it up.
It's like,
Yeah.
all right, guys, here's the plan.
How fucking devout are you that you just want to sit in a cell and then eventually be killed instead of being like, you know what? Maybe
It's their entire
there's-
belief
yeah.
system, though. Like the whole witch
It's
finders.
like, who do you think you are, William Wallace or something?
Freedom.
Eyesight!
But they're legitimately upset they changed the rules on them all of a sudden. They spent their entire life being witch finders, and all of a sudden the queen came out and was like, I have sighted
Wouldn't
kids.
you? Do you not understand
No, I
how
get
these
it.
guys feel?
Yeah. I get
I
it.
kind of feel.
That's
I
just the
kind of get
fucking
it.
world.
Yeah.
You want to fight
They're
change.
like,
People want to fight
have
change.
a nice yard, grow grass. Don't water your grass. What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's like, I mean, they're doing it right now. It's like nobody's allowed to have gasoline vehicles in California.
Yeah. Also, don't charge your electrical
Yeah.
vehicle.
What are we
That's
doing?
The fucking
Yeah,
world.
same thing.
Buy a bicycle.
Same thing.
My favorite moment in this part was Tamakta June slamming the dude's face up
Yeah.
against the grate. Like, you idiot. I was trying to save you. And now you just freaking threw your life away. Like,
You know what would
Sure.
have gotten rid of all this problem is if at the end of the last season, if Maghra had been like, hey, you're still in my service, instead of saying like, oh, if you don't like my orders, you're free
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go.
Seriously.
Yeah.
She's the worst leader.
She's terrible at being
If
queen.
you thought Queen Kane was a bad leader,
she's like,
welcome to her sister Maghra.
She's like,
she
"Listen,
won't
guys,
kill ya, but she won't kill anyone.
I'm going to completely change your entire life's existence. And if you don't like it, that's okay.
I mean, I guess you're free to rise up against me. Good luck.
Yeah, she didn't do any re-education. She didn't keep them in servitude until she could win them over. She's
Yeah,
just like,
she didn't
if you don't
have her-
like it, you can go fuck off
Yeah.
and start rebellions against
She
me.
didn't have her sighted children be like, hey, look, I'm not the devil.
I've got words about freaking Haniwa this episode.
Oh yeah, she's a little off.
Pissing me off this episode.
No,
We'll get
I
there in a second.
know.
All right. Take it away, Cash.
Okay. Back in the mountains, Baba is burying what remains of Bowlion. Poopbeard shows up and asks Baba if he's going to be leaving, and Baba knows that the Travantians will be coming back with their armies and more godfire, so he's got to go warn Maghra. Poopbeard wishes Baba good luck, but not before telling him that Baba's wound smells clean, unlike Poopbeard's beard, which smells like poop. And before he leaves, Poopbeard says, stay alive and beware the wolves, Boba Voss.
I will find you, no matter what occurs.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Beware the wolves. What's he talking about?
That was something in the last episode that they'd always say to each other before they left each other's
Okay.
presence, because the territory that they're in is wolf heavy.
Okay.
So
Because we've spent so much time developing this friendship and we
Yeah.
know so much about them.
Well,
and
I
now
know.
they have inside jokes.
I think there's also some deeper meaning there, because the new baby is called Wolf.
Yeah.
Wolfie.
Wolfie.
Wolfie. Oh, okay.
And so beware the wolves. I think that there's some ominous deeper meaning to it.
Okay.
Wolfie's gonna grow up and be a really excellent musician and start a band.
Did you see the guitars in Maghra's room?
Well, those guitars were there last season, I think,
Yeah,
too.
but they're old-fashioned electric guitars that
Yeah.
somehow are perfectly preserved after 500
It's
years.
fine. It's totally fine.
I mean, did you see that high rise Wren was kicking it in?
It's fine.
5 stars.
Don't ask
On the
questions.
85th floor. a lot of steps.
I bet one of those fenders is autographed by like Eric Clapton or something.
Yeah.
Like by Wolfie Van Halen.
Yeah. I wonder, it does bring up a good question. Like, could a really fucking good musician in this world just like rock these people's worlds? Like, if everything's audio sensitory, and there's somebody out there just making their guitar like gently weep, and they're just like, oh my God. I'm just saying, like, if Prince existed in this world, would he not be the king of the world?
I'm gonna introduce you guys to the Purple Haze.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh man, back when the Kansas Dam was like working and they actually had electricity, they could like plug their amplifiers
that bitch in and fucking
shit.
start shredding.
Yes. Next to the waterfall.
And like every city had like one musician who was just the king of everything. Like Prince was over here, fucking Slash was over here somewhere.
And instead of light shows, they'd have like scent shows where they just have like the scent chefs out there like wafting shit.
Yes,
I
bro.
am tripping
Wafting shit to the
balls
music.
on this sound.
They all get fucking high on unstable herbs and listen to Purple Rain.
You know what? This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Sold. I want to live in this world.
I do too.
I just keep going
Just want to go to a music festival.
Why do I?
Woodstock 2085.
No, they're never having another Woodstock. I just keep going to Bat Dance for some reason.
Bat
And
Dance?
that's like the worst Prince song ever
Oh, Jesus.
of all time.
Fire festival.
Fire festival. It's just fucked up tents on the beach somewhere.
That's what they're used to anyway.
I mean, like the sex festival from season 1.
Yes.
That's pretty much what it was.
That was
yeah.
Fire Festival, 100%.
That was Burning Man.
Complete with the lack of outhouses.
That was actual Burning Man because remember how they burned a bunch of
They
dudes?
burned a bunch of men. Yeah.
Yes.
Literally Burning Man.
Or Slipknot.
Yes. Slipknot.
And you know what's funny about that is that in this society, like the burning of people, like smells really bad in real life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, why would some society that relies so much on their other senses like subject themselves to that?
It'd be like a warning to other people, right? Like, listen, we're burning folks over here. Don't come fuck with us.
Go that way.
Yeah, go the other way. I got it. I get it. All right,
I do think it's funny that Boba Voss apologizes to Poopbeard for destroying his house. And the
Not his beard.
yeah, and the guy's like, I'll build a new house.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll find another World War II
But
era.
Bailey
plane.
was like, I slaved over that house. I kept it clean.
She's
God damn
pissed.
it.
She's been telling him to get the fuck out of her couch for like a year.
Yeah.
And he blows up her house. She's like, God damn it.
And kills her sister.
For like 9 months. Yeah.
And her dumbass husband's like, we could build a new
It's
house.
fine.
We will rebuild.
Build another one.
Man, houses. What are they even used
He's
for?
like,
She's like, you fucking stink, by the way.
He's like, it'll be fine.
My wife's so pissed.
She's going to go grow some shrooms.
It's hilarious.
yeah, like how pissed would you be if your boyfriend just smelled like poop the whole day?
Yeah, pooping weird. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Get over here and
No,
fuck me
poop
right
and
now.
skunk, basically.
Yeah.
Can you even you'd have to shave your whiskers.
You wouldn't be able to get it off.
You wouldn't be able to get it out.
You have to comb it out with a fine tooth comb. You have to oil it up and then shampoo it.
They
There's
don't
a
have-
whole fucking
I mean,
process.
you can't just order some shit from Dr. Squatch.
Nowhere
and
did
get
I,
stuff
not a sponsor, nowhere did I see running water anywhere in that World War II era airplane that they built their house out of. So,
Yeah, and you know what's weird is we didn't mention this in the last episode when we reviewed the premiere, but Poopbeard makes it clear that he knew Boba Voss's dad. He knew Ito, so he grew up with him. But they didn't mention, is he a Travantian?
must be.
What's his story?
He's like his best friend. He was just like
I get the sense that he was a slaver because Boba Voss was part of that slaver crew for a while. So I get the sense that maybe Ito's dad or Boba Voss's dad ran this slaver troop that Poopbeard was a part of.
maybe we'll get a Ranger spin.
Yeah, but everyone who comes in contact, who used to be a Travantian, who comes in contact with Boba Voss,
They all knew him.
But they all get murdered. Remember his last best friend from last season, who was like, "Yeah, I'll help you." Oh shit, now I'm dead.
yeah, that one, he helped him through the city, right?
The armorer.
Yeah, the armorer. Yeah, he died too. Yeah, everybody who knows, everybody knows
Baba, stop reaching out to old pals.
the Voss family is super
I think
famous in this world,
most of,
right? Everybody
is known.
It is known. The Vosses are known. What was that?
I think most of the hill people are dead. Where were they?
Alchemy?
The Alchemy.
Alchemy tribe, they're all dead except,
yeah, they were
One
all dead.
less.
They were all dead
One
except
less.
for Bolian.
yeah. No,
And then
Bowen's
Belu.
Belu, who hated Boba Voss from the beginning. All right, let's continue.
Rightfully so.
Go ahead, Gator.
All right. Tamakta June shows up at the abandoned 500-year-old gas station where Lucian and his Witchfinder rebels are hanging out. Turns out Tamakta June is sick of Lucian's shit and is there to teach him a lesson, Dylan Leary style. Tamakta June kicks Lucian's Irish ass after a very clumsy fight where lots of foreheads are punched. But rather than kill Lucian, Tamakta June just rips out one of those Witchfinder rank earrings that no one can see and tells Lucian to behave himself and get the fuck out of town. Then fucks off into the sunset like the cowboy Tamakta June is.
Listen, what was that finishing move?
I don't remember.
What are we doing?
That was like the clumsiest
then he,
fight I've ever seen Tamakta June do.
Punches. Do you remember last season where he jumps off that fucking balcony with his fucking blade swords and he like starts hacking people away?
Yeah, but these were his homies. He didn't want to like kill him.
So he wasn't trying to kill him. He was just trying to prove a point.
He was just like, it's like, I need to win this fight so they can go fuck off and not be a problem anymore.
Okay, but I still have an issue with that finishing move though. The whole like, here, I'm gonna let you punch the top of my head. And that's gonna.
Well, no, like, so basically, Lucian, before he does that, he's like, you're slow, old man. And Tamakta, just like a boss, he like
snaps,
does the echolocation, but he tilts his head.
Yeah. No,
and so he knew that Lucian was going to rush him, and he knew exactly where he was going to strike.
You ever punched the top of somebody's head?
I can't say that I have.
It
really hurts.
Do you guys, have you ever punched the top of someone's head?
I have done that, actually.
Well, what's funny? So, like, it is a boxing move where like, if you're bare knuckle fighting, if they go for the face, you try to intercept it with your forehead because like the forehead is like all bone.
Yeah.
So like it's going to hurt their hand. But what's interesting is that in Banshee, which is another Jonathan Tropper show, there's a scene where Lucas Haas is fighting this like big albino guy in prison, and the guy goes to punch him, and Lucas just brings up his elbow, so like the impact is like on the elbow there, and the guy breaks his hand on Lucas's elbow, and then like after that he's able to like get an advantage in the fight. And so the use of like, hard bone to like hurt other people's hands in fights is something that Tropper, I guess, is a fan of.
Yeah, and it's like, headbutting technique. You don't want to like headbutt into another bone. You want to headbutt into something that's weaker.
Like the bridge of the nose or something like that.
Or the cheek.
Yeah, don't you know how to blind fight, Alex? Jesus.
No, I don't. I've never considered like, I know what he's gonna punch, the top of my head.
But one of the things I did appreciate about this fight is that it was kind of like clumsy, where like they're like trying to like find each other and like do stuff. So like it wasn't quite as like ninja as these fights normally are.
Well, I don't think either one of them anticipated going into this ending up in a fight. They didn't want it to come to that, and because it did, it's a bit clumsy. You're right.
I actually thought this fight was one of the better parts of the episode.
I liked it
because it looked like two blind guys fighting to me.
Okay,
more or less
going off of the sound and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, there were some things that I was like kind of like raising an eyebrow about, but as far as this show goes, pretty well done.
Okay.
I bought into it. It was okay.
I guess I prefer Boba Voss's style of fighting with his sword.
It's different.
It's different styles. Granted, 100%.
I think what happened here was Tamakta June was going old school with like some good old fashioned red dogging. And I was into it. Like, I don't need to see Tamakta June just like owning everyone and slaying with like he's just having a fist fight.
He's here to prove,
here to prove a point, not to demolish.
It's like if he was there to kill that dude would have been dead in 4 seconds.
You remember when he said, "I forgot more about killing than you'll ever know."
Yeah.
And I liked how he was like, "Come find me."
Yeah. He's like, "Here I am. Here I am."
For me.
How did he fall for that? Like, hey, I'm gonna snap my fingers. Oh, I'm gonna punch exactly where I heard that snap. Like, was that not like an obvious trap?
No, I thought it was more of a we're both inciting each other, and he's like,
"Come on, motherfucker!"
And the other guy was like, "Oh, fuck you!"
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. Good. All right. Cool. All right.
Also, you got to remember that Tamakta trained all these guys.
Yeah.
So like he knows them like inside and out.
Yeah.
Like he knows exactly how to get a rise out of them and defeat them.
Okay.
All this stuff.
All right. You've convinced me. It's not as egregious as I thought it was initially. I tilted my head at that fight.
You're not allowed to have salt for the entire episode.
Oh, God. Where the fuck did Hewlett go?
I know, right? It's weird.
It set the tone for the whole episode, and I was on edge.
Where is my best friend?
All right, Kadish, go ahead.
All right. Back in Pensa, Harlan is engaged in rigorous negotiations with Ambassador Trover. And by negotiations, I mean they're fucking. And though Trover likes fucking Harlan, she's still mad at him for not handing over crazy Queen Kane like he promised. Harlan offers an extra shipment of coal for the continued patience of Travanti in the prisoner transfer, but Trover says she wants a shipment of coal for every day Maghra stalls handing over her sister. Trover knows Maghra sent Harlan to fuck her as an incentive to let Sybeth live, so she's sending Harlan back with an incentive to convince Maghra to stop playing games and give the Travantians what they want. Then Harlan says, okay, and they go back to fucking.
He has the best job in the entire city.
Yeah.
Harlan is so much better at this than Maghra
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It's the
Very much so.
the queen's consort who gets to go out and
Bang the ambassadors.
negotiate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know,
I would be
Harlan,
a really good Queen's consort, I think.
Harlan spent his life being groomed to basically run this city. And so
Right.
like, he's got experience ruling, he's got experience negotiating. Maghra spent most of her life up in the hills raising two bratty kids.
No,
Yeah.
but okay, so Maghra was a princess, but she was a second-born princess, and she left the capital before she really even learned how to rule. Her father just named her, and then it was done. She never really learned how to be a ruler. But remember, this isn't the capital. Harlan has spent his whole life ruling this city. This is his fucking city. Like, remember the last episode, he was like, this is my city. I know where all the good booze is.
Right.
Like, he actually has been ruling this city.
Yeah.
And then when the Canes came in, they were like, oh, now this is our new capital.
Well, also when his brother was alive, Harlan had a lot of like kind of underhanded dealings with like the surrounding villages
Yeah.
where like he would have like black market like stuff shipped in and out and stuff like that. And so like he was kind of like dipping into both ends in the sense that like, you know, he was the legitimate ruler, but he was also kind of like a black market guy.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, like he set up that whole peace talk with Travanti that Sybeth basically like sabotaged in the previous season. So like he's a very skilled like diplomat as well. And he's also like a player in the Game of Thrones,
Yes, he
which
is.
Maghra is certainly not.
She's
Oh my
not.
God.
The whole.
He's also very skilled at using that deed.
Yes, yes. He knows how to use it to his advantage as
Yes,
well.
sir.
He's like, listen, I'm going to go down. I'm going to lay down some D. We're going to negotiate for some coal.
I'm going to go down
Negotiate.
on it.
Yeah. I do. It was a great scene. And I think you guys are right, 100%.
I do.
Harlan is the legitimate ruler of the city.
But I do enjoy the relationship between Harlan and Maghra. And that's all on Harlan, because I'm sure Maghra does not make it easy for him. And he's just like, hey,
He's on damage control all the time.
Yeah, but he's also like, I'm also here to help you. He could easily overthrow her,
Right.
but he chooses to work with her.
And in the previous episode, he even said like, I've gotten used to like last minute changes, which just shows like how terrible of a decision maker Maghra is, because he's constantly having to like adjust strategy after they've agreed upon like a set course.
But also he's super adaptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can play the game. I like the idea that he could like easily like overthrow them all and just like kick
Yeah.
the Canes out.
I don't know why he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm not sure what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
So
Drama,
Well,
They're not even banging.
witches.
it used to be their Witchfinder army, but now like those are the ones who are causing the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
So the whole entire premise of this town is flawed.
yeah.
Well, you know what? The whole Kane dynasty from season 1, the reason that they were the ones in charge was because they were the ones who knew how to work the dam and get
Yeah.
the electricity to
But
like
that's
heat them in
gone
the
now.
winter and,
Yeah.
and cool them in the summer and stuff like that. And when Sybeth destroyed that, she basically wiped out the only real like it's kind of like the Targaryens losing their dragons, you know?
Yeah. I get it.
Freaking Canes, man. I'll tell you what. Go make a chicken stand somewhere. Oh, that's with the C, not a K. Never mind. All right. All right, continue on.
All right. In her cell, Sybeth is nursing Wolfie and asking Maghra when the witchfinders who defied her orders will be executed, telling Maghra that as queen, you have to do things people would consider evil for the good of the realm. Sybeth knows Maghra is stalling handing her over to the Travantians and chides her for being weak, saying she'd have already handed them Maghra's head if their positions were reversed. But Maghra tells Sybeth the Travantians want her alive, and you can already see the evil wheels turning in Sybeth's head at that little tidbit of information.
Sybeth is smarter than Maghra.
Yeah. She was ruling for how long? She was ruling for almost 20 years.
She called her sister's weakness immediately.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you're just a weak queen."
And
She
also
really did.
remember that
Yeah.
she's a firstborn, so she was actually trained by her father how to rule.
She literally said, I would have had you executed
like a
months
while ago.
Yeah, the only reason you haven't been executed yet is because you're quite wily.
Yeah.
Well, also Maghra was like, we need you to help feed the baby. You know, it's like,
What a
Maghra-
weak.
Oh my
Maghra's
God.
weak, right? She
Yeah,
really is.
she's super weak. Yeah.
She's like, man, it's like, I don't know. It's very strange.
Sybeth is totally playing on that weakness.
Oh yeah.
100%.
She
I
should.
think that's why it gets revealed later, but I think that's why she's like just comfortable being there.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I'm good for a little bit.
Also, Cell is laughable. She has a suite.
Well,
Yeah, for
she's
sure.
got an empty room with a
With a dog bed on the bottom.
cushion
Yeah.
on the middle of it.
She can go sit on it.
It's better than the dungeon,
It is better than the
and
dungeon.
She
where she should be.
she's just
And she's-
chained to one of the
And
pillars.
she's got Rosencrantz and Guildenstern out
Yeah.
to hang out with too. So
Dude,
These
dude,
fucking
it's-
guys, bro.
Those fucking guys. It's like throughout this whole episode, they're just standing there, and occasionally they'll close the door.
They don't do anything.
They literally don't do it. Especially like when we get to the end, I have
Yes.
a lot to say.
Oh
about
my
that.
God, I can't wait.
They're like the glorified people in Star Trek that just like open the doors off screen.
These
They have
fucking-
staffs.
What-
What the hell for? What are you using that staff for?
They might be deaf.
In order to walk from where you're standing to the door?
You know, they wouldn't need those two guards if they just put her in one of the cells in
This
the
would be
basement.
fine.
You know?
It'd be totally fine.
They don't
They're
need those guards
creating
anyway.
jobs, you guys.
Siegfried and Royd over here. Fucking. These idiots. All right, take it away, Katie.
Oh, they are the most useless guards.
So useless.
They're like, hey, something already happened.
Maybe we should close the door.
I hear her choking in there. Maybe we should go look. Nah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh my God, they're choking her. Ew, close the door.
Yeah. Kofun loves her, man. He's having a baby with her. He's not going to kill her.
I mean, to be honest, Kofun's a weak bitch. I don't know if anything's gonna happen.
Kofun has small hands. He has no grip strength.
Can we talk?
She's got that arm shake. She's fine.
Can we talk about the world's worst deadbeat dad? Can we?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Real quick, I just want to know if when they chained her up, if they took out her arm shanks.
No.
Because they should have already done that.
Nobody
don't know
knows
that.
about
They don't know
him.
that.
Nobody knows how Paris died. They're just like, she just fell over.
But speaking of that, like the minute that they found out that she killed Paris, like I would think that Maghra would be like, okay, as soon as that baby's out, I'm cutting your throat.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They should have cut the baby out of her and let nature take its course.
Like in
I
Game of
believe I
Thrones.
just said that. I'm terrible.
You
I'm
are a
bad
terrible person.
I
You've been
don't-
watching too many House of Dragons
I don't
episodes.
mean that for anyone besides Sybeth.
Fucking dark.
But like honestly, if I was in charge, everybody would be dead and they would rue the day.
All right, Kadish.
Back at the USS DirecTV, while her unit is sleeping, Wren sneaks off to Olamon and tries to set him free so he can help her destroy the bombs Tormata has created. But Olamon refuses to go, informing Wren that there are already hundreds of bombs and that Olamon's family is being held hostage in exchange for his cooperation. When Wren says that they'll go rescue his family first, she starts leading Olamon out of the ship when they're ambushed by Tormata's goon Maddox. During the scuffle, Olamon gets Driller Moreld and killed off while Wren makes it past the super secure satellite dish door and fucks off before Maddox and his men can capture her.
She just walks sideways out.
I know. So honestly, the dude that got killed,
Jeremy Earl's kid?
yeah,
Olamon.
Olamon?
don't care.
Don't
Yeah, I don't
care at
either.
all.
Don't care.
I don't care. I was a little like, oh shit, they actually did it. Like at this
Good.
point. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy for 4 seconds in the last 2.5 seasons of
He
this
has
show.
never once
like-
covered himself in mud and danced around
know.
gleefully. Fuck
like-
him.
It's like the only thing we ever said about this dude was like, oh, how come he gets a gas mask and nobody else does?
I didn't even know his name.
I didn't either. It's like, oh, they killed the guy.
It's just
Woo!
it's Jerome Morel's kid.
Vader, didn't you think he looked like Theo Huxtable?
A little
He
bit.
so
A little
does.
bit.
He so
Yeah.
does. And yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
Well,
Yeah.
what's crazy is he's the guy who knows how to build the bombs. And
Oh.
since they killed him, it's just kind of like that. That's kind of a big fuck up.
Well, the dude said that. He's like, you idiots, I needed him alive. Like,
Yeah.
did they not all get the memo that he's the only one who knows how to blow things up?
Yeah, they should have had him guarded.
Yeah, maybe in an actual
So
cell.
wait a second.
Maybe take Sybeth's guards and station them with Olamon.
I think it's obvious that anyone on sea where you can't ever see their face is going to fuck something up.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that the Trevantians have this newfound technology that
They
the
don't
only
know.
person who can like make is some
Sighted
dude
person.
with that can see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Tormata didn't really like figure anything
he didn't
out.
plan this out real well.
He just figured out that this sighted guy knows how to read and can follow directions than
I mean,
having to make some shit.
you have to assume that Tamakta at least knows the formula, right?
Does he?
Well, the whole
How
thing,
would he know?
The,
I mean, the other guy could have that's like fed him some bad information.
the whole thing about Olamond is that he was able to read the books in the library
Yeah.
that gave them the formulas of how to do this stuff. And so because Drilla Morel has other kids, I think
They
that
can go.
Tamakta can basically find a replacement for him.
Okay.
But still, like that was a big fuck up. But
Yeah.
it's just kind of fun because it's another instance of the show killing off a character that they don't really need anymore.
Yeah.
But originally, Tamakta was a scientist.
Right.
So he understands science. Science is in his brain.
Yeah.
Okay, so he could realistically just know how to do things. He just can't see how to do things.
I wouldn't be surprised if he knew what the formula for gunpowder was.
Sure.
Like just like, oh, you do, equal parts this and one other thing, and then you use the ignition source and you're good to go. Like,
Okay.
but the actual physical activity of like putting that shit all together and placing the bomb in strategic places and lighting the fuse and stuff, he might need a little bit of help.
Well,
at this
he
point.
didn't need that when he went to Boba Voss's
That's
airplane
true. That's true.
house. Yeah.
They used the
Man,
landmine for that,
I'm thinking about this show too hard.
but then he forgot and then left.
Just kind of
we
forgot.
need to
Just kinda
stop.
forgot.
We need to stop.
He just kinda forgot.
It's driving me crazy
So-
now.
He just forgot about Boba Voss.
But at this point, they have a bunch of pre-made bombs.
Right. Yes. They said they had hundreds.
Yeah.
So
I'm really upset right now. I'm really upset that I'm friends with these people. And that I want to talk some mad shit, but the shill in me is not letting me do it. I'm breaking my own internal rules right now.
That was Tropper's plan all along.
one episode. They've got one episode to explain themselves. Then all bets are off.
Son of a bitch.
Vader's having a
Life
con
crisis.
moment.
Yeah.
Human befriendiness was all a work all along.
It was the long con.
Playing us. It's been playing us all along.
Where the fuck did he go?
Where did you go? David, where did your character go?
He had to go off screen to devise another devious plan.
Jesus Christ. He had the upper hand.
You just spent 6 months climbing a wall to come find Boba Voss. You and your posse of like 40 dudes.
He just
And
forgot.
you're hiding in the woods. You blow up some insignificant bitch who doesn't matter, right?
How dare you?
And it's like,
That is
okay,
fucking lying.
job's done here. Let's turn around and go.
We're not going to be able to get over that.
Immediately, I can't do it.
We're not going to be able to get over it, dude.
But like when you say he had the upper hand, like that's no fucking joke
He
because
did.
these people rely on their ears, and when you're in the middle of a bomb, you can't fucking hear after that.
No.
Yeah.
They could have easily come in, had an Iura, like listen for heartbeats,
Yeah.
and
It's
stab
like,
him.
it's like
Stab
somebody.
him.
It's like when we're driving down the road and somebody high beams you. Like, oh shit, I can't see. Off the road. And it's like, fuck.
It just, I know we're like well past this in the episode
I
by
know.
now, but like I can't,
I can't. I've
can't
been dwelling
let
on it
go.
for a week.
I can't let go.
I can't. Where
He
did Tamakta go?
Could have ended the entire show right there.
It's over. And
Over.
that's
Boba Voss
why-
is dead.
That's why. That's why.
Somebody they wrote that down. They
it's
wrote
like,
that on the script and they were like, oh shit.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's it. It's like, this can't work.
We're gonna need Hewlett to just kind of forget and walk away.
Hewlett needs to fuck off and forget what he was there
Are
for.
you okay? Did you just tweak your shoulder from laughter?
It hurts my soul.
Yeah, like it would have made sense if Poopbeard had set off the bomb and
We're
they
going
thought
back.
he was Boba Voss.
Yeah, why didn't Poopbeard die?
I don't know.
We should have had him
I
die.
guess he's going to come back at a certain point.
It's gonna save the day. At the
I
end.
hope he does
Anyway,
it.
all right. We
I
got to
hope he
move on.
does it.
We'll come back to that after at the
They
end of the
almost
episode.
just ended the whole show
Right there.
right there.
Could have been done. Anyway, continue, Kate.
Final
I would have
season.
loved to have seen Tamakta emerge victorious.
And that
All of a sudden,
explains-
he's like the new hero of the show.
And that explains why he mysteriously disappeared into a vortex.
Stargate.
of weirdness. Yes.
Ooh.
Ripped open a wormhole.
Yeah.
And he has a couple of sighted kids, and he's like, "Oh shit, you guys, you know what? I don't think they're witches."
We got to come back in 6 episodes, okay, and then end it.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Back in the wide open plains of Pensa, Kofun is riding Toad's horse, using his gift of sight to ride as fast as he can. When he returns to the stables, Haniwa is there waiting for him to remind him of what a shitty dad he's being, and Kofun gets all emo and storms off. Haniwa acts like she's going to shoot Kofun with her bow in frustration, and Charlotte's all like, chill, bitch. Charlotte then starts making excuses about why Kofun is acting like a weak bitch. And Haniwa's all like, what about me? And Charlotte's like, bitch, it's not about you. And Haniwa's like, dude, I could kill so many people if I wanted to, and no one would ever be able to know it's me. And Charlotte's like, then you can be everything they fear you are. And Haniwa's like, well, maybe they should start fearing us. And Charlotte's all like, bitches be crazy.
Listen.
First of all, he's like, I'm going to take a ride on my dead lover's horse.
Yeah, he's really sad that Sybeth isn't actually Toad.
Yeah, because he's like, isn't that Toad's horse? Yeah,
if that
sure
was
is.
Toad's baby, he'd be like, oh,
It's my baby. He misses Toad.
Yeah.
Fucking
Hannah even said that. It's like, do you ever think you'd be missing a witchfinder?
God damn it, dude.
Poor Toad.
I have so many issues with this. The sibling rivalry thing makes sense to me. You know, siblings often fight and they hate each other sometimes. I get it. That I get. If Haniwa is going to keep being like, I could kill everybody here and nobody would even know, then fucking do it.
Yeah, go.
I mean,
go.
she's been like that since season
You
1.
have the opportunity to take out these witchfinders who literally just burned a person in the town square, and you're all like, I could kill everybody here.
She just wants somebody to say, yes, you're very powerful. Please don't do it.
I'm like, just show me. Do it. Let me see. Let me see what happens.
And she's not
see.
wrong. She could.
Yeah. Let me see you go complete ham on all these witchfinders who are killing sighted people.
Like before they burned that guy, like she could have just whipped out her bow and arrow and just started
Sorry.
shooting people,
Yes.
and people would have known like what's going on.
Shit, did the god flame strike them down?
That's
because
because-
witches aren't evil?
Like, get on top of one of the roofs and fucking just skunk.
She's trying to use logic in a society that thinks there's witches.
Every time she says that and doesn't actually do anything about it, my eyes roll a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she could be the ultimate shadow if you think about it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, hop on top of one of those freaking buildings, on top of the Pensa Tower at the State University, and just start fucking whacking people.
From that lion.
Yeah, get on top of Old Main.
Yeah, that's what irritated me most about her character in this scene, where I was like, you know, she could if she wanted to. She keeps saying she wants to.
Stop just telling us.
Just fucking do it.
Fucking do it.
Like, you know, these witchfinders are killing people like willy-nilly, and you don't want that to happen anymore.
Stay far enough away and be the new sheriff in
Yeah,
town.
you don't have to wait till Tamakta June goes over there and gets punched in the forehead. Like, just go do it yourself.
Just constantly waiting for someone to give her permission to murder.
Yeah.
Just go murder already. I'm sick of the
I want to see
whining.
it. I want to see it.
Her and Kofun both. They could just take over the whole planet if they really wanted to.
Not Kofun.
Kofun, whoa, hold on a second there, buddy.
He's not built for it.
I mean, he's a weak bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
He just wants to go
But he
for
could.
lovely rides in the
He's
field.
so mad that his sister's like, are you thinking about Wolfie? And he's like, fuck.
Well, after you
finally
talked about
ju-
your kids today, I think you could
I
relate.
finally just stopped thinking about Wolfie, and then you got to bring up that stupid kid.
yeah.
That kid can't even see.
Oh, well, spoiler alert, Jude.
I mean, we were gonna get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But it's like Kofun was like, man, I was going to go have sex with my aunt, but that kid, man.
Fucking got cock blocked me.
Yep.
Now that I know that she has babies when I fuck her, out. I'm so out. Toad would never do that to me.
Fucking Toad. All right.
Toadfoon.
Toad food. We got to move on. Keep going.
Okay. Speaking of crazy, Queen Kane is in her cell nursing Wolfie when Kofun comes in. Queen Kane gives Kofun shit for pretending he doesn't have a son and forces him to hold Wolfie. But when he does, Kofun realizes Wolfie is blind, and he immediately hands the kid back to Sybeth and runs away because he just can't deal with a blind son right now. Maghra was eavesdropping on the exchange and is pissed off that Sybeth is treating Kofun so badly. That's the last straw. Maghra takes Wolfie away and decides she will no longer be protecting Sybeth, as her cruelty will only corrupt Wolfie like it has done Kofun. Maghra pledges Wolfie will never know his mother and takes the baby away from Sybeth for good, like she should have done from the start.
You're telling me that not even Kofun's sperm can get the job done?
You know, it's 50-50.
This kid can't do anything.
I mean, all of Driller Morell's kids had sight.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
Like,
Kofun even fails at like impregnating.
What I want to know is if Queen Kane knows that this kid can't see, she's not going to want nothing to do with it.
that's what, yeah. But he's like, Kofun in the last episode was like, oh God, I wish I couldn't see. If I could give my sight away, I would. But now he has a blind son. He's like, I don't know what to do with it.
Well, I think that might be a thing where he's like, the kid's blind and I'm jealous of the kid.
Oh my God.
Oh, get
Silly.
out.
Oh, Kofun is the most frustrating character
He really is.
in television.
And I love him for it.
Going
none.
strong.
Because
He's
there's
got continuity.
I really hope he doesn't get redeemed.
I don't
the
think
whole
they
show.
can. How can they?
if he ends up saving the day at the end of the show, I'm gonna be upset.
I will flip a table.
I absolutely will. It's like he does not deserve that. He does not.
Oh my god, dude! I like when that happened and he gets all pissed off about it. I was like, this kid.
So
What are they gonna do with him at this
He
point?
should have just like taken the kid with him. At that point,
He probably did.
But you know,
I mean, the kid needs to be taught by somebody who's blind how to live in this world. He can't be taught by Kofun.
I mean,
also-
how well did that work out for Kofun?
Yeah, I also like how Sybeth is like, I know you like to pretend you don't have a child.
mm-hmm.
And
Well,
it's
she
like-
calls it.
And
Yeah.
he's like, ugh, yes, can we please just keep doing that?
and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are outside. They're just
Not
listening
even
in.
paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like hanging out, playing checkers or some shit.
I can't get that thought out of my head from last week that you said. It's like what these guys talk about when they go home. It's like, man, you would not believe the shit that went down.
It's like,
today.
babe, I closed so many doors today. Like, you wouldn't believe
I'm
it.
so tired. I was standing there with my staff all day.
So let's be.
This family is just ridiculous.
Let's get
Maghra changed her mind again.
let's get real for a second though.
And
Like,
then that kid came in, the one that could see, you know, and he's
then he stormed out.
He stormed out like a big bitch.
And Harlan and Tamakta June made out again. Yeah.
like Sybeth thinks this child is like the second coming of Christ or some
Yeah.
shit, right? It's a prophecy reborn. But Wolfie's blind. So what is she gonna do when she finds that out?
She'll disown him and probably murder him with her fingernail knife.
think
She'll
she's gonna-
probably try to get him to pretend that he has sight.
And she'll get like Kofun to come like
Kofun's not doing anything.
she's gonna go be Aunt Handy again with Kofun.
Let's try again.
Or with some other dude to concede to try to.
I don't know, dude. I don't even know what to think at this point. Like, this kid can't even make a sighted child, right?
Yeah.
He's a deadbeat dad, doesn't want to be there,
Uh-huh.
and he also can't fulfill like this weird prophecy.
He's got a huge crush on a dead dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. If he hates his sight so much, why doesn't he just like
Cut his eyes out.
Cut his eyes out.
yeah. You can blind yourself if you really wanted to.
Yeah, just take his
Can't-
thumbs. And,
He cannot exist in this world without his sight. He's loud as fuck. Remember how he bounced into people at Maghra's wedding?
That's right. I don't know.
He
What to,
doesn't even look where he's going.
I don't even know
yeah,
what
he
to do
gets
with
snuck up
Kofun.
on constantly.
I have no idea what to do with Kofun at this point. He's just like, Jesus Christ, kid, get your shit together.
He
All
like
right.
he was napping, not making any noise, and he still got kidnapped.
Oh, he was snoring in the woods. Everybody knows where he is.
Burning Man. Blood's thick.
All right, Kate, just go ahead.
All right. Harlan is in the meeting room with Ambassador Trover as they wait for Maghra to arrive. Trover is gearing up for a fight with the Queen and is surprised when Maghra enters and is totally willing to hand Sybeth over without any argument. Trover thanks Maghra on behalf of all Travantes, and Harlan is like, well, that was easy.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
the best man at his job
Yeah.
of the entire cast of this group.
I really wish that he would be like, Maghra, I'm gonna rule and you just pretend like it was your idea, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're fucking up everything.
Everything.
It's like, so what I'm getting at, what I'm learning is that Kofun is everything we expected him to be,
Mhm.
and Maghra is a terrible ruler.
Way worse than I
Yeah.
thought
She
she
is
was gonna be.
way worse than I thought she was going to be. Now, and I want to know if they're doing that on purpose or if we're just reading the character wrong.
Maybe.
I don't know about that because we haven't gotten into the rest of the episode, and Maghra makes some really dumb decisions.
She really does.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
It's like-
Let's get into
I
it.
was
Let's
like,
talk
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
But I do like how Trover is like, you know, like I'm in enemy territory and I'm sleeping with the Queen's husband. And like, as soon as she says that, the Queen walks in and she's like, oh, she heard me,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just kind of funny.
Maghra's like, I don't
dynamic
give a
there.
shit about his dick.
Yeah, she does. She really doesn't. She
Oh,
does
we're
no
gonna
shits.
get into that. You know.
Go ahead.
All right. That night, Maghra goes to her chambers and is like, why do I smell poop? Guess what? Boba Voss is back, and he brought his trusty dog No with him and bunches of poop pouches. Forgetting about how absolutely terrible the palace guards are at their jobs, Maghra rushes to her wayward husband, sorta, kinda, somewhat happy that he's returned. After she's done beating him up, Boba tells Maghra about the Godfire bombs and that the Tarantians are deceiving her and plan to attack. Maghra says she doesn't want to go to war, but Boba insists she's already at war. She just refuses to accept it. Maghra tells him the Travantian ambassador is in Pensa and gave no indication of hostilities. But knowing the Travantian ambassador is in town, Boba decides to go get answers the only way he knows how, by being a total badass.
And a dumbass.
Yeah.
Kind of both.
He's
Those
like,
can be
so,
true.
he's really over the top in the last 10 minutes of this episode.
yeah, we'll get there. So first of all, he sneaks into this super secure palace of the royalty
He
of
sneaks
Pensa
into the queen's bedroom with a dog.
with a dog.
Yeah, he's a ninja.
Super ninja, which we
These
see in a minute.
I mean, I think we've established these guards suck.
Yeah,
terrible.
is the dog a ninja too?
Must be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
ninja dog.
I love the dog's name.
Yeah, but the palace guards are so bad.
Maghra, in her infinite wisdom, probably was like, "Why don't you sweep up all these leaves
Hey,
off the floor? They're so noisy."
Remember last season when like the assassins broke in?
Yeah.
It's like you would think, okay, maybe we should double up on like have good guards.
But
keep
remember
that from
how
happening.
there was like debris everywhere, so you could hear someone walking through there if they were trying to sneak in. And
What did you think about Maghra's reaction to seeing Baba back in the room? She just starts beating the shit out of him.
Seems reasonable. Seems reasonable.
Yeah, she smelled him. She was like,
him.
"What, where's that poop smell
Smells
coming
like smells like campfires and shit.
why do I smell dog?
She heard him grunt.
yeah. Ugh.
Oh, Baba.
Oh,
I know
Baba's
that
here.
grunt. Yeah.
But she
She is
started
an
like
Ayura, so she knows the sound of his heartbeat.
she started beating the shit out of him and was like, "How could you have left?" Like, and then she was like, Fine.
I mean, what did he leave her
Listen.
a rope note?
Also, why would Baba ever try to like lie to her and deceive her? Like if he comes back and he's like, "Hey, the Travantes are deceiving you and they've got like this new weapon,"
Yeah.
she should be like, "Oh shit," like she should take him seriously. But instead she's just like, "Baba, you've been gone for so long, you don't know what's happening."
Also,
Oh, my
he slept
God.
on the floor while his dog took the bed.
When she tells him what's been going on is like my favorite part. Of
Yeah.
this.
Did we get to that point?
That's later in the episode.
Okay, yeah. It was
Well, then let's get to it.
yeah, let's get to it.
Well, what's crazy is like, so she tells him that the Travantian ambassador is here. And then Baba's like, okay. And then like he leaves and she just stays there and she goes to bed. Like she doesn't follow after him and be like, Baba, stop. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like she just lets him go knowing like what he's probably going to do.
I don't know if she knew what he was going to do, but it definitely is very strange.
She's known him for decades.
That-
she would know exactly what he's going to do.
Like why he shows up after a year almost of being gone, and he's like, "Oh, fine, fuck it, I'm gonna go off and leave." And she's just like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm tired."
I'm very tired. I've been rolling all day.
Yeah, I've been doing really difficult.
And then he
things
gets to the
all day.
tent. He's like, "Huh, you're not David Hewlett."
Well, also like as he's leaving, but she's like, Baba, stop. And he's like, no. And
And then the dog comes.
runs. It's
love
very
the dog.
confusing.
I
Like
love
they
the
weren't
dog.
joking in the first episode. It's very
No.
confusing.
Dog's
I hope he
my
kept-
favorite
I hope
character.
he kept that dog in real life.
The dog's my favorite character in the show so far.
I know, because there's no Toad anymore.
All right, continue on.
All right. In the Travantian camp, Boba Voss uses the Vulcan neck pinch to get past all the guards and sneak into Trover's tent. He's about to interrogate Trover with his sword when Harlan pipes up, revealing who Baba is. While distracted, Trover uses her rape whistle to alert her guards, and before you know it, Baba is fighting a bunch of guys who beat him up with sticks and eventually capture him. Before Trover can execute him, Harlan intervenes, saying her actions are jeopardizing their peace. Baba tries to warn Harlan that the Travantes are planning to attack with a new powerful weapon, but Trover doesn't take kindly to being called a liar. Maghra, Haniwa, and Charlotte show up, and Maghra orders them to let Baba go. Haniwa hugs her daddy as Trover complains about Baba's attempted assassination of her, but Baba insists that Maghra is being deceived, and Maghra orders that he be arrested and put in her house. Harlan is obviously not happy about Baba's return, but when Maghra asks him what if Baba's right about the Travantians, Harlan replies, instead of attacking us with the most powerful weapon ever invented, they go into the northern mountains and attack just one man. And Maghra's like, well, it's hard to argue with you when you put it that way.
Okay, I love the instance where Baba's like, Harlan, is that you, old pal? And he's like, yeah, mate.
He's like, what are you doing here?
It's me. We were just boating.
We're just boating. With the Travantians.
I'm just doing my job.
Just doing my job, man.
Yeah.
Your wife is terrible.
This is like one of the perks of my job. Can you believe it?
I get paid to do this.
I doubt he gets paid.
I real quick, I like the scene where Baba just like sneaks up on these dudes and he's like, he is such a
neck pinches them.
such a fucking ninja, dude. He like rolls up and like puts his hand like right up and like feels their breath and then like grabs them by the neck. It's like, how do they not know he's there?
Did he murder a bunch of people on the way in, or did he just incapacitate them?
He just incapacitated them. But what's funny is the first guard, he like puts him in a chokehold and he's like, where's the ambassador? And the guard like points and he has to like feel his arm and like know where
Which way is he pointing towards?
Like, how would that guy know if he's pointing in the right direction?
No, dude.
Like, he's literally being choked out. He's like, somewhere over there.
That general direction.
I can smell her pheromones that way.
There smells like sex and it's in that direction.
Yeah, no one else is allowed to have sex. It must be her.
Guard's just like, somewhere in that general direction.
That's the
Point your nose towards the sex.
I don't even know what to say.
And like that guard can't even like grunt or anything to alert like his fellow guard.
nothing. No, he's got his neck pinched. It's just, oh my God, the sex smell. Yes, that's what they're going off of. It's the sex tent. It's right there. They've been boning for like 4 days, nonstop. Just smells like.
You know how you've been to like a thickening of the blood party?
Yes,
Can you smell anything familiar?
it's that way.
Go that way.
It's like a bar, like a club when
A bunch of
when
it's like ladies' night.
when Thunder from Down Under is
Yes.
playing and it's just packed full of women.
Hopefully it's far away from the pissing pole.
Yeah, just don't want to get those mixed.
I do want to point out, and we didn't talk about this when we were reviewing the premiere. So like last season, we were kind of critical over like the night scenes because like they were really dark. And, like if you watch them on your TV, it's like very muddy. And some of the production people explained to us that, you know, they were doing color correction on these really high definition screens. And so it looked fine to them. But then like when you broadcast on normal people's TVs, it's a lot darker.
On the TVs of the poor.
Yeah, of the poor. But this season they've changed their day for night stuff so that it looks more desaturated as opposed to like dark.
Yeah, I was able to see it just fine.
And so like the night scenes aren't as confusing anymore because like you can actually see what's happening. So like kudos to the production.
Yeah.
for
Also, they
changing that.
totally could have been like, you're using the wrong scent or sense. Sorry, you're using the wrong sense when you're viewing this show.
Yeah, you should be listening to it instead.
Yeah, just
But
smell it.
I did like when Baba broke into Trevor's tent and he's got his sword to her throat and he's being very intimidating and she's like completely going along according to his plan until Harlan's like, Baba?
Yeah. Did he not know that he was there?
He didn't know he was there.
So he didn't
He
hear
knew
like.
someone was there, I'm sure.
He just didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
And Harlan's like,
He's
what the
like,
fuck are you
he's
doing?
like, Harlan, what are you doing here?
Didn't they drop a couple F-bombs in this part too? He's like, the fuck are you doing, bro? And he's like, I don't fucking know.
Harlan totally screws up Baba's plan.
Yeah. Wouldn't it have been funny though if Baba had come in and been like, all I need is her. I'm going to murder whoever she's with. Oh.
I'm also wondering if Trover is actually like in on like the bomb stuff, or
I don't
if
think
this,
she
if
is.
this is something that is that she's out of the loop on.
I
So
don't
one of my
think so.
one of my theories about this is like the reason why she's so sure that the Trevantians just want peace is because they don't know what Tormata is doing. And he's like off there like starting this war with a secret plan left over from Ito.
because the dudes that were at the satellite at the USS DirecTV, they didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, they didn't have anything idea
Yeah.
about the explosions. So I'm pretty sure Tormata is like on his own little like revenge rampage, and the rest of Taranti is like not aware of it.
I also like Harlan's rationale where he's like, do you really think if they were going to attack us, they'd first go after Boba Voss up in the mountains using the most powerful weapon known to man?
Little did he know that David Hewlett was in love with Ito Voss.
All right, let's keep going.
I also like Harlan is like, would they really have left him alive? like would
We were
think not.
we were all
You would
asking the
think
same
not.
thing.
So he just left him there.
like Harlan's the voice of the audience.
Yep.
Yeah, by the way, where's Joe Flanagan?
He's in Travanti somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll get there. We got like 8 episodes to go.
Yeah,
We're good.
they mentioned him in episode 1, the military, basically. That's his name.
All right, let's keep going.
All right. In Maghra's chambers, Boba Voss has discovered Wolfie. And at first he thinks it's Maghra and Harlan's baby, but Maghra's like, ew, I'd never sleep with Harlan. His dick is nowhere as big as yours. Boba Voss is surprised that the baby is not only Kofun's, but that Kofun was fucking his crazy aunt. When Boba asks why Paris isn't tending to the child, Maghra tells him about Paris's murder. Upon hearing about Paris's death, Boba Voss loses his shit, runs upstairs to kill Sybeth, takes out Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. But when he gets to her chamber, he realizes that Sybeth has somehow escaped.
Dun,
Dun, dun.
Yeah.
You know why she was able to escape?
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
100%. She was like tiptoeing out, and they were like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to tell my wife about this."
Because like they should have had, instead of those French doors, they should have had a super secure satellite dish guarding that door.
Yeah, you make a good point. Because there's no way Sybeth could just like walk sideways.
Well, what's also funny is like the minute that they find out Sybeth is gone, Maghra calls for the guards, and I'm like, you mean the guards Boba Voss literally just knocked out?
Yeah, those useless guys.
Who probably like listened to Sybeth walking down the stairs.
My favorite bit about this episode, and it goes to Jason Momoa's acting, is like, whose baby is this?
I know,
What? He's like,
what kind of craziness is going on down here?
Is this you and Harlan? And she's like, oh no. And he's like, whose baby is this?
And we got confirmation that in a year's time, even though Boba Voss has left her, she's never had sex with Harlan.
Good for her. That's a stable woman.
Smash.
But then she tells him, that's Kofun's. Kofun's?
Yeah, he can't believe Kofun was able to father a child.
Get the fuck out of here.
He was almost proud. He was like, my boy.
And then she's like, it's with Sybeth. And he's like,
Yeah, like the scene where he's getting caught up on all the stuff he missed, dude. It's just too funny.
It was the greatest bit. He's like, what?
He was like, girl, pour me that tea.
He was so bummed out.
What's been going on? Did you meet my dog?
But like, what's fucked up is that like those 2 pieces of information don't get him to lose his shit. Why are you taking care of the baby? Well, because Sybeth killed Paris. And he's like,
he literally hulks out.
He hulks out.
And he screams all the way.
The entire way up the staircase. Screaming. And the 2 guards coming.
He's Hulk smashing.
The 2 guards are like, what the fuck is going on?
What's all that noise coming directly our way?
I'm pretty sure Sybeth heard him scream, woke up, unhooked her little handcuff thing,
She
and
was
bailed.
biding her time,
She
for sure.
Bailed.
Went hit over in the corner.
And the 2 guards didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, she's literally standing in her
She's in the room.
cell.
Yeah, she's in the room right there.
Yeah, just
She's
waiting,
like
just waiting.
hiding behind the curtains.
She's giggling.
Jesus.
You know what I bet we're going to find out in the next episode, though? I bet that this entire time that Sybeth has been locked up,
She's been leaving every night.
Well, no, she's been secretly coordinating with like Lucian and the other like rebel witch finders. And so like once she found out that she wasn't going to be killed, or the Travantians weren't going to kill her, she reached out to them and was like, okay, now's the time to break me out.
Yeah. Do you think she's the one who's been instigating them to start shit?
Yes. I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rise
Makes
up.
sense.
Yeah, I got you. So I'm losing my mind a little bit with this one, but wasn't she the one who said like blind people are no longer witches in last season when she took over Pensa? So wouldn't the Witchfinders be mad at her as well?
Well, it was in conjunction with Maghra. They came out together to say that, and Maghra made her say that.
And also
Okay.
she said that her child was going to be sighted, and that was one of the reasons why.
Do you think she knows that it's not?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
But the fact that she did escape, that was kind of like out of left field, because it's like those guards were there, right? Like,
Yeah,
how did
but-
she get out of her chain? How did she get out of the room?
Back to Maghra or Sybeth saying like they're not witches anymore. I bet you 100% Sybeth is going to do it right and be like, here's my son. He's sighted, even though he's not, but she doesn't know that. Here's my son. He's sighted. He's just a baby. Worship my son. She's actually going to turn hearts and minds.
She's manipulative.
And then they're all going to pray.
Is that the end of the episode?
That is
Yeah.
the end of
Okay.
the episode. The big cliffhanger is that Sybeth has escaped.
Has escaped.
It was actually a really short episode.
It was pretty.
It's like 40,
Was it?
About 40 minutes.
43 minutes, I think is what it was.
A lot happened though.
Yeah.
Let's do final thoughts. I'm really hung up on the whole Tormata just disappearing.
Yeah, that was strange.
Fucked me up, dude. It like set me on edge the rest of the episode. I was like,
it's like, where did he go?
There's a big empty plot hole right there.
Yeah.
And I can't get over it yet. So I one episode.
They're not good. They're not.
They gotta fix it.
They won't even address it.
God, I hope they do.
But it's very there. It's right there. It's just like, what happened there?
I think worse than Hewlett just disappearing is how bad the Pensa guards are.
That's just a running joke at this point.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, but I mean, they're so bad. I mean, Boba Voss breaks in with his dog and like goes into the queen's bedroom. Sybeth escapes.
And then he screams all the way up the spiral staircase and they still don't know he's coming. It's just
hilarious.
Good God. Final thoughts, V, on this episode?
I'm there with you. I'm having fun with this. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fun show, but the whole Tormata thing threw me. It was just like I immediately went to, where's all the soldiers in the woods?
Yeah.
Why are they not in there mopping up? You know,
like Baba had time to go and pick up the pieces of Bowlion and take her to a gravesite.
It's like we missed something important.
It's a big
somewhere.
gap.
Something happened.
Also, did you notice how he got to Pensa before Tormata did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Tormata was headed towards Pensa, but they do seem to be covering vast distances and quite a bit of time in these episodes.
Just send a raven.
It's like, yeah, they
It's
got
just like Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones teleportation.
Remember when
power.
that dude ran from the north outside of the wall and just like booked it the entire way?
Yeah.
What was that fucking guy's name? He was a Baratheon, wasn't he? Yeah, Gendry. Yeah.
I'm convinced Tormata has Stargate technology. They're just teleporting around the map.
Freaking goofy. All right, Jude, final thoughts on this episode?
I'm really feeling for you because I'm just trying to put myself into like your shoes, and I'm imagining that like if you were to like get blown up by David Hewlett and then you woke up and he was gone, I'm sure that would feel like you'd been used, and that doesn't feel good. So I get it.
Okay.
Also, I'm actually really excited because we had so much fun with the first season, and it was ridiculous and bad, but it was so bad it was good. The second season was just a really good fucking show, and I feel like this last season is going to be an amalgamation of it being so. It's not bad. It's just ridiculous, and that's where the good chewy morsel of campiness really sits for me, and I'm excited to see where this season ends.
Okay. Kadish?
So I know a lot of the cast and crew that we've talked to from the show have said that season 3 is all about family, and Tropper's really big on like the family unit and stuff like that.
They live their life 1/4 mile at a time.
Yeah, it's family. But the end of the last season, it was about like, you know, the family separating, and with the family unit being torn apart, they're kind of a mess. And so like this season's probably going to be about the family unit coming together and healing all the wounds, and they're stronger united than they are apart and all this other stuff. So it's interesting to see like how Haniwa and Kofun are kind of like at each other's throats, and Maghra doesn't trust Boba Voss, even though Boba Voss has always been right about everything. And how like the kids resent the parents, and the parents don't know how to deal with the kids and all this other stuff. So the family's a bit of a mess at this point, especially like with, you know, Kofun having his own kid and things of that nature. But, you know, Kofun's still ridiculous. Haniwa's getting annoying. Maghra's the worst ruler ever. And Boba Voss, you know, like he can't even interrogate an ambassador without, you know, getting things screwed up. So everyone's kind of like not at their best at this point.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting to see like how the season develops. But I agree with you. Like at the end of last episode, when Hewlett kind of like turns around and walks off, I'm like, wait, he's not going to check and make sure that Boba's dead after coming all that way and setting this trap. Well, like you would think that you know, they would storm the camp looking for the body or something, and you know, mistakenly think that he's dead for some reason and then fuck off.
Did they show him walking away?
No.
Yeah, no, they did.
Yeah, no, they showed him like turning away.
Yeah, well, everyone turned and started walking in the opposite direction at the end of last episode.
Makes no sense.
No, it really doesn't. Yeah. There are a lot of things in these 2 episodes that don't make a lot of sense, like the poop beard smearing and the poop pouches. They never said why they have the poop pouches. The satellite dish. Although we did hear from someone on the production saying that the satellite dish was originally Queen Kane's bed in the second season. Yep. They just had lied around. They're like, what are we going to do with the satellite dish?
Yeah, they were like, we need a door. What can we use? And the prop department was like, well, we have this dish.
We got this satellite
so it's
dish.
like, we're going to have to throw it away anyway. So might as well use it.
But I think that's the only reason Queen Kane was able to escape is because there was no satellite dish guarding the door.
Yeah.
Because Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are
those guys are hilariously bad at their job. And I like
they must be part of a union, so they can't get fired.
They have tenure.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. That's it for episode. What are we on? 2? All right, we got a long way to go.
We're only 2 in.
We're only 2 in, man. Holy shit. All right, V, where can they find you on the socials, bud?
You can find me at Matt Vader 74 on the Twitter and the socials.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great job.
Stanway has such a hard time with
Every
it every time.
I've been doing this for like 3 years. Jude, where can they find you?
I'm out there.
You can find me at I am Jude Juju on Instagram and on TikTok.
All right, Matthew Kadish.
You can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish on Twitter and Truth Social, and kadishbooks.com takes you to my Amazon page.
All right. You can find me dodging my fatherly responsibilities like Kofun on saltynerdiscord.com. Come chat with us there. We're talking all kinds of movies and really fun stuff. We're doing watch parties as well, and it's a great place to be. So head over there and join us. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Comment below what you think of this episode. And as always, stay salty, my friends.